In this video, we're going to learn about what is the critical path. We're also going to learn about the concepts related to the critical path, like the critical path method and the near critical path. So first, let's talk about what is the critical path method. The critical path method is a schedule network analysis technique. It is a method which helps determine the longest path through a network diagram. It helps in finding the critical path. The critical path method helps determine the earliest and latest that an activity can start, and it can also help determine the earliest and latest that an activity can finish. Next, let's learn about what is the critical path. So firstly, you should know that the schedule of a project is made up of all the activities that are involved in doing the project. And each of these activities has a certain duration or time attached to it. The critical path is the path with the longest duration through the network diagram. It is the path which has the sequence of activities which represent the longest overall duration in a project. The critical path can tell you how long the project will take. In order to find the critical path, you need to firstly identify all the paths in a schedule network diagram, and then you need to add the activity durations on each path. And then the critical path will be the path which has the longest duration. Let's take a look at a schedule network diagram example of the critical path. So as you can see, the table on the top right corner represents the various paths that can be taken to complete the project. Each of these paths have activities, and each of these activities has different durations. However, since the critical path is the path with the longest duration through the network diagram, so we need to see which of these paths has the activities with the overall longest duration. So we can see that the path which contains the activities K, L, N, P, I has the longest duration, which is basically 38. So this is the path which is K, L, N, P, and I. So once you add the individual durations of all of these activities, which are 7 plus 8 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9, so it will add up to become 38. So this is the critical path. Next, let's learn about a couple of important points about the critical path. The critical path can show you which activities on the project have flowed and can be delayed without delaying the project end date. Activities on the critical path have zero float, and they are known as the critical path activities. So please remember that the activities on the critical path have zero float. Also, there can be many critical paths on the same network diagram. And having many critical paths can increase risks for the project. Next, let's learn about what is the near critical path. The near critical path is the one which is the closest to the critical path in duration. So the closer the value of the near critical path is to the critical path, the greater is the risk to the project.